Hey guys, it's Myron Whitmer. In this video, I want to give you 3 reasons why I think you should not use your manufacturing software for pricing and quoting. So I think this confuses some people because, when they buy Cabinet Vision, they think, well, Cabinet Vision has Bid Center, so why wouldn't I use that for my pricing and quoting? Or KCD, why not use the pricing that's built in? Or Mozaik has one as well. So this is kind of confusing for people because it seems logical, all in one has to be better, right? And so that's what we want to talk about. I want to give you 3 of my reasons why I feel like it's a bad idea and it can affect your business. So let's get into those 3 reasons. So I'm going to be referencing Cabinet Vision and its Bid Center throughout the video, but the same idea applies whether you're using KCD, Mozaik, CabinetPro, whatever you're using. But for the sake of this video, I'll just be mentioning Cabinet Vision and Bid Center. Reason number 1, you become forced to draw every job entirely just to get a price. And this becomes a very big deal as a business owner because you're now paying employees to spend hours or even days for some of the bigger jobs if you're doing the full 3D package and everything. If all your customer wants is a price and they end up just taking it somewhere else, think of the time you're wasting and the money you're wasting by paying that person to do it. So, in today's age, people care less and less about your product, which sucks to say, but whether you want to blame Amazon or e-commerce or just the internet in general, people aren't really loyal to your company anymore. And that's not speaking across for everybody. There's some companies that have done a really good job of branding and they have loyal customers. So I'll give you that. There's a small percentage of shops out there that have that loyalty. But for a lot of shops, people are coming to you because yes, you can make a good product and you have it for a good price and you can get it when they need it. And if you're not doing all those things, they're probably going to take their business somewhere else. So when you have to sit down and draw every job just to get a price, what happens when you start losing 20%, 30%, half of those jobs to other companies? You're wasting hours every week. And so that's where this really becomes a problem as business owners because, this is cutting into our bottom line when we're spending time doing things that we really wouldn't have to be doing. And again, like I mentioned, there's a small percentage of shops that this market still works for. Those types of people where, their customers value that full package and that time invested in it. They get the 3Ds, they get the drawings, they get everything. But the only way that works is if you're getting 90% or above of your jobs. I just don't see any way feasible if you're getting any less than that because you're throwing your time out the door. Reason number 2, everybody draws things differently when they're designing. And especially in things like Cabinet Vision or Mozaik, a lot of times there's a lot of different ways to do things. There's 10 routes to the same end goal. And so if you have several employees as part of your drafting and pricing process, it makes it hard for them to come out to the same price because they have different ways of doing things. Also, when you're designing a job, you're often not thinking about all the little things that go into it. Your mindset is I need to make this job look right for the 3D versus I need to make this work well and make sure I have everything included when you go into the pricing process. I think that is a big one, and just that difference in how people draw and difference in how people think when they're designing versus when they're actually trying to order something. Okay, the third and final reason is it limits who your customers can be. So I know not everybody has dealers or is involved in the wholesale market, but just think about this as a possibility because, everyone's market can change. But when you decide that, if you're using Cabinet Vision and you decide you're going to use their Bid Center for all your pricing and quoting, well, it makes it very hard to set up a dealer or someone who wants to quote themselves when you're using that type of model because there's tons of dealers who are willing to sell your product out there, but whenever you limit it to dealers who are willing to use Cabinet Vision to design in, you really create a small niche market. And, that's why I think it's not a wise idea because you just don't have a scalable solution in the event that you want to allow other people to price themselves. Okay, so those are my 3 reasons why I think you shouldn't use your manufacturing software for quoting. And again, there's a small percentage of you out there that model still works for. And if you have the loyalty of your customers and you're able to design every job and they like the 3D renderings and you're getting almost every one of your jobs, stay in that market. It's a good place to be. But who I'm talking about is those that, you may sell to dealers or you may sell to homeowners or contractors, but if somebody walks in your door or if somebody calls you and says, I need a quote on a kitchen, if they don't care about the full package that you're putting together, don't waste time doing it. Get you a solution that you can quickly get them a quote, whether it's lineal foot, whether you have a nice spreadsheet that calculates all your formulas, or whether you have a software solution like CabinetPro or Mozaik, or there's a lot of quoting softwares out there. But my challenge is to just think about your process and make sure your customers actually care about what you're providing if you are providing that full package to them. So I hope some of these reasons kind of challenged your way of thinking about how you do things, and thank you for watching.